Hey guys, it's Paul. We are talking Basecamp today, Basecamp 3. I'm going to give you a full introduction, training tutorial on how to get up and running with Basecamp. We are in the middle of 2018, so if you are probably 2020 watching this, you're probably watching the wrong video. Have a look in the link below. I will have linked to the latest Basecamp video. But if you're around 2018, 2019, you're going to be in the right spot to continue. So Basecamp is a project management, team communication platform. It's all about productivity. It's all about getting your info, getting your team in one place, inviting clients to projects, getting projects completed on time, on schedule, hopefully making you some money. It's a really cool tool. It's really easy to use. It's intuitive. It makes sense. And we're going to dive into it and show you everything you need to do. I've got the app open here. I've got a to-do list of everything I'm going to show you. Some other things might jump in. What I'll do in this video, if I can, is I'll put in the information below, I'll put a time link to where this chapter starts. We'll call these chapters, I guess, and I'll put a little link for you to be able to jump to exactly that point, because I know you might come back and go, when were we talking about creating a team? Well, that's at 15 minutes and 12 seconds or whatever, right? So I'll try and put a link, but we're going to go through all these things. I'll put other info at the end. You never know. We'll get right into it. Cool. But first things first, I've just added this. Tell me why you're here. It's always good in these videos if you just press pause on me at this point and write a comment in the comments below, obviously, and just tell me why you're here. It helps me make better videos. It helps me give you some information if you've got specific things that you need. Just say why you're here, what you're hoping to learn. If you're a company, if you've just started work with a company that's using Basecamp, that's quite a regular thing. If you're a company looking into a project management platform, or you're just browsing around and you want some information on this, maybe to do training somewhere else, just pause me and tell me exactly why you're here. Cool? So that's done. So let's talk about pricing. Pricing's important, right? A lot of people who are looking for this as a project, or if you're wanting a free something for free, Basecamp isn't free. Basecamp though is $99 a month, all in. There isn't per user. It isn't going to surprise you with $14 a user, $15 a user, whatever it is. And there's some examples here of Slack pricing and Asana pricing and Dropbox and G Suite. And they're saying it's going to cost you $180 with 5 people. But it's $99 all in. Everything's included for $99 a month. And if you're thinking that's too much, I would say don't pause at this point. I would say watch the rest of the video and make your own mind up and try the 30-day free trial, right? Give it a try. $99 for some might be a lot, for others it's not a lot. I think for bigger companies it's next to nothing. I think it's a no-brainer. I see a lot of people using it and a lot of people loving it, so it's worth your time to find out more. It's worth understanding what you're getting for your $99. Okay, so just to let you know, it's not free. It is going to cost you $99. Cool? Right, so let's get into it though. You're here to look around Basecamp, aren't you? You're here to learn more. So there's 3 major areas, but then there's lots of different things it can do as well. There's lots of places it can be. I've already populated this because from videos that I've used before, it's easier for me to show you populated rather than slow you down and show you exactly how to set it up. So what we've got is your team. This is your business. This is the HQ of your business, literally. And inside the HQ, you've got a campfire. It's a place to chat. It's just like a social media chat. Hey guys, what is happening? It's a place. I'm working on a new, CCTV system project. yeah, what about you? You know, a campfire. It's so what's happening, team? What's everybody up to? How was your weekend? This is your camp. This is your business campfire. Fire it up, right? I've got another another person in the business on Safari on a different thing, right? So when I go to campfire, weekend was great. If you need help on the project, let me know. You know, so the campfire is a place to talk, a place to see what's happening, a place to just general chat. You know, it's just a general feed. You can bookmark it, stop notifying me, notify 6 people. You can note this telling everybody 6 people. I've got 6 people in this organisation, so it's telling everybody, but you can turn it off any point. So the business HQ is a general business administration dashboard. What's happening in the business? Everybody in your business should probably have access to the HQ. So you can see there's message boards where I've put company barbecue. You know, what's a good weekend for barbecue? You know, company message board might be welcome to Ian installs new install manager. Great to have Ian on board. I'm sure you will make him welcome. Can you tag? There you go. Yes, you do it at Ian installs, right? And you can tag that person. Post this message. So the boss has posted, welcome to Ian installs new message. When I go to Sarah Sales and she goes to the message board, there it is. New message, welcome. And you can tag it in. Welcome, Ian. It might be, let's grab a coffee when you settle in, right? Anything like that. So all of a sudden you can see it's already telling your. I've got that's a notification from wherever Ian installs is logged in on my computer. I'll probably Firefox, right? So you're already communicating better. You're already talking better within your team. Then you've got team to-do lists. So that list that I've got there. This is on the app. I've got my to-do list. It can be for a team. It can be for the full company, for yourself, whoever it might be. You can add company docs if you've got set things like, you know, company logo. Look at upload a file. I might do Happy Me logo. Which one? Because you're forever getting people, aren't you? Asking for logos or asking for something or other. So I might put, here's the Happy Me final icon. Post this file. So rather than all of a sudden someone saying, hey, have you got the icon for that camera or that thingy? You start posting it. Add it in certain places, isn't it? So the hub of your system is, and I'll come back, I might come back around to it, but you can add files, check-ins, like you can set up a check-in that says, ask the team what you're up to on a Monday morning. How was your weekend? What you'll be working on this week, right? You want to change it, you might put, you know, how was your weekend? What we're working on this week. You can put in what time of day it goes out. Does it go every other week or does it every month? Who does it go to? Does it go to everybody, or am I just I'm going to take the technicians out of it, or I'm going to take accounts out of it and just send it to certain people? So at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, the boss, the manager, anybody who they want can set up a check-in that says, how are you getting on? What's happening? You know, again, great weekend, whatever it is. You can be checking, what's this project at, right? So that's the main company. Then you break it into teams and do the same sort of thing, but with your team, with your departments, with your whatever settings you want. And we're going to come back and I'll create a team. I'll show you how to create a team and I'll show you the same thing. So it's almost the same look. It's pretty much the same look, right? But this is the big company. Team is departments, or maybe even smaller teams within departments. And then your projects are everything people are working on, projects that you need to delve into. And again, you have almost the same setup within projects. You have your discussion, your message board, your to-dos, files you're dropping in, schedules and stuff like that. So this is now managing projects. The difference with projects versus teams is you can invite external users. You can bring in people from the project outside, whether it's, I work with security companies, so if we were doing a big like this system, CCTV system, I might invite the chief inspector of the police, or whoever my liaison with the police is, the project manager their side, the architect, the electrician, the guy who hires the lift to put the lift up. So they always know what the status of this project is, even from an external point. So really easy to understand the main overview. Obviously at the top you've got your settings. Sarah, you can turn this focusing on so that you don't get beeped all the time. There's nothing worse than you're trying to create a quote, you're trying to complete a project, and you're getting notified, you're getting emails, you can turn this on or off so that you don't get notified. So now it's turned on. If I jump back to me, I can ping Sarah. So I can ping, right, Sarah, and say, hey, did you call about new alarm system, corner shop, whatever it is. Just a quick ping, right? And that is from Safari, you'll see. So Sarah's got this notification now in this ping, this one-on-one direct message. Yeah, all good. Right? But then if you turn it off, that's focusing. While you're focusing, notifications, orange, unread badges are turned off. They will automatically resume tomorrow. Right, so in the morning it'll come back on. So if I go back to me, I did send it, right? Or maybe I didn't send it. I spoke to the manager. If you need anything, let me know. And that time didn't notify up the corner. I didn't get a notification because I'm in focus mode. I'm not letting people notify me. I'm busy. I've got an hour or two where I've got to focus on my thing. So don't be wary when you see emails from this. Paul just started chatting in a campfire. Or this. Let's grab a coffee. Oh, this is to Ian from thingy. So you can turn off emails when you're busy. So don't look at this or look at this video and think, oh my god, it's getting notified out of the yang. The phone's never going to stop beeping. You can turn it off, right? So what's next? Right, so we've done the walk around. Let's talk about Adminland. So if you look up the top here, you've got control to add or remove people. If you obviously your admin. Add, remove administrators, rename or delete a company, set up what's shown on your home screen, change message categories, or move project from Basecamp to Basecamp 3, which I haven't got Basecamp 2, so that's okay. So add or remove people. So you've got two types of people to add. One is a team member, one is somebody who works in your company that you want to let into the private area. You want to give them access to your company, right? So, who have we got? We got Sarah's sales. What's the inventory guy going to be called? It can't be called inventory. Simon Stores. Like, I honestly jump to. Oh, so that jumps to a person. I want to go up here and go add someone to your team. Simon Stores. That'll be Simon at paulnicholson.com. Job title is the stores manager. Company is your company. I'll that one showed the Architect Limited. I'm going to show you what that is next, but that'll always be your company. So if you're doing internally, put a person letting into your private network, you're going to add that person to your company. Then you're going to say, so this is a stores manager, what am I letting him into, team-wise, board-wise, right? So the company HQ really should let everybody in. Depending, you might not let, the anybody below management. You might just want to keep it management, but that's up to you for the HQ. I'm going to let stores manager into the accounts team. I'm going to let him into the install team. I'm going to put him in the sales team because he needs to know what these teams are up to and what they need from him. Because it might be the salesman might say, hey, Simon, how much is that part? How much can you quickly tell me this? Or the accounts company might say, where's the receivable for ordering that payment or that shipment? Or what's the tax on that? And then this CCTV project, I'm going to add him to this for the quote to help with pricing, and this one for installing the police station. Is the equipment been ordered? Is it in place? But I might not leave him on the website set up or any other things, right? So I save it for Simon. Simon gets his invite. Here's the invite. So anybody in your company gets an invite like this. Paul invited you to Basecamp. Join Paul in Basecamp. Just basically clicks it, adds his name, adds some information, and he's in. The second type of person is a client, and you can do this from the projects, but you can also do it here. So I've got an architect here. I'm going to add someone else. I'm going to add a client to the client team. Add someone as a client. I'm going to put I don't know, Peter, project manager. Email address Peter at whatever that company he works for is. Project manager company. I'm going to put in where he works. Project management limited. Oh, limited. Right. Add the company. Put the time zone. And that person's now added as a client. I'm going to come back. I've got it on my list here. Invite guest client. So I'm going to come back to what that person sees, but you'll see that he will get, if I haven't spelt it properly, he'll get the same sort of invitation. But I'm going to show you what your client sees later on. So if I go back to Adminland, what else did we have? Add or remove administrators, that's pretty obvious. Rename or delete your company, so you can rename this. Oh, it's not project management limit. It's project solutions limited, something like that. Or I can just straight bin it. Oh, Adminland's a link there, isn't there? Change message categories. So if you've got, announcements, FY, heartbeat, pitch. When you go to messages, I don't think it's in Campfire. When you go to, the message board, see here, there's the company barbecue. It's got an icon for a set thing so the categories can change. Oh, message board. When you go to new, you can pick a category here, look. So you can have a question. So that question was the barbecue one, the clap. Why would it be a clap for a question? Heartbeat, FYI is this. So for edit, I could have, this one's actually the Happy Me philosophy. So I could have a Happy Me philosophy question category. So the message board could be, add a new category, Happy Me philosophy, and then you get that icon. What else in admin? Not much more really that you need to mess with. Change messages, move, as I say, we don't need to. As an admin, upgrade to paid, I'm not going to do that. Add or remove account owners, rename this account, view everything in trash, access any project or team, already accessed, export the data or cancel the account. So you can delete your account and export some data. So that's Adminland, not a huge amount to do, but you can see that you're in control of your Basecamp. On to the next item. Right, so we've done the walk around. Let's talk about Adminland. So if you look up the top here, you've got control to add or remove people. If you obviously your admin, add, remove administrators, rename or delete a company, set up what's shown on your home screen, change message categories, or move project from Basecamp to Basecamp 3, which I haven't got Basecamp 2, so that's okay. So add or remove people. So you've got two types of people to add. One is a team member, one is somebody who works in your company that you want to let into the private area. You want to give them access to your company, right? So who have we got? We got Sarah's Sales. What's the inventory guy going to be called? It can't be called inventory. Simon Stores. Like, I honestly jumps up. Also, that jumps to a person. I want to go up here and go add someone to your team. Simon Stores. That'll be Simon Simon at paulnicholson.com. Job title is the stores manager. Company is your company. That one showed the Architect Limited. I'm going to show you what that is next, but that'll always be your company. So if you're doing internally, put a person letting into your private network, you're going to add that person to your company. Then you're going to say, so this is the stores manager, what am I letting him into, team-wise, board-wise, right? So the company HQ really should let everybody in. Depending, you might not let, the anybody below management. You might just want to keep it management, but that's up to you for the HQ. I'm going to let stores manager into the accounts team. I'm going to let him into the install team. I'm going to put him in the sales team because he needs to know what these teams are up to and what they need from him. Because it might be the salesman might say, hey, Simon, how much is that part? How much can you quickly tell me this? Or the accounts company might say, where's the receivable for ordering that payment or that shipment, or what's the tax on that? And then this CCTV project, I'm going to add him to this for the quote to help with pricing, and this one for installing the police station. Is the equipment been ordered? Is it in place? But I might not leave him on the website set up or any other things, right? So I save it for Simon. Simon gets his invite. Here's the invite. So anybody in your company gets an invite like this. Paul invited you to Basecamp. Join Paul in Basecamp. Just basically clicks it, adds his name, adds some information, and he's in. The second type of person is a client, and you can do this from the projects, but you can also do it here. So I've got an architect here. I'm going to add someone else. I'm going to add a client to the client team. Add someone as a client. I'm going to put I don't know, Peter, project manager. Email address, Peter at whatever that company he works for is. Project manager. Company. I'm going to put in where he works. Project management limited. Oh, limited. Right. Add the company. Put the time zone. And that person's now added as a client. I'm going to come back. I've got it on my list here. Invite guest client. So I'm going to come back to what that person sees. But you'll see that he will get, if I haven't spelt it properly, he'll get the same sort of invitation. But I'm going to show you what your client sees later on. So if I go back to Adminland, what else did we have? Add or remove administrators. That's pretty obvious. Rename or delete your company. So you can rename this. Oh, it's not project management limit. It's project solutions limited, something like that. Or I can just straight bin it. Oh, Adminland's a link there, isn't there? change message categories. So if you've got, announcements, FY, heartbeat, pitch, when you go to messages, I don't think it's in Campfire. When you go to, the message board, see here, there's the company barbecue. It's got an icon for a set thing so the categories can change. Oh, message board. When you go to new, you can pick a category here, look. So you can have a question. So that question was the barbecue one, the clap. Why would it be a clap for a question? Heartbeat, FYI is this. So for edit, I could have, this one's actually the Happy Me philosophy. So I could have a Happy Me philosophy question category. So the message board could be, add a new category, Happy Me philosophy, and then you get that icon. What else in admin? Not much more really that you need to mess with. Change messages, move, as I say, we don't need to. As an admin, upgrade to paid, I'm not going to do that. Add or remove account owners, rename this account, view everything in trash, access any project or team, already accessed, export the data or cancel the account. So you can delete your account and export some data. So that's Adminland, not a huge amount to do, but you can see that you're in control of your Basecamp. On to the next item. So I've been through Adminland, Explain HQ team project. I've actually done that. And invite new member, team and guest. I've did that. Edit team info, access, create a team. So that actually, we'll create a team and then we'll edit some info. So let's talk about teams, right? So this is your teams, your departments, your mini groups of people. So I want to add a new team. What shall we call the new team? Maybe we'll call it sales. Let's call it marketing and social media. So the reason I'm putting this outside of sales is because certain people outside of the sales department might need to do social media. You might want your whole team to be on social media or marketing. You want them to know what's happening. You want them to input. You want the stores manager to say, hey, we've got this great new camera, to whoever writes the social media post. Here's some info, or here's a post for it. So first thing we're going to do is invite people to it. Add people by invitation, or you can share an invite. So I'm going to add people. So I can add everybody from Happy Me. I might turn the technicians off, and I can turn Simon Stores off, but I can also put here Simon Stores, and that will add, that will find him, that tech. So I can type in their name and it will find them. So I can bulk add everybody in the company, or, one at a time, type in someone's name. Send invites, right? So now that everybody's in, you're going to get invites for people. When I go back to it now, I've got on the top here, everybody was involved. So from that team, I can say, need a new social media Facebook page setting up. What do you think? Campfire. Campfire's just for chatting, right? Message board, add a post, add a message. Social media links, and you might put Facebook, put it in a link, facebook.com. What's mine? Paul Nicholson go. Link. Oh. Unlink. Yeah, I didn't actually highlight the link, did I? Enter URL. Or maybe I didn't put a proper URL. Paul Nicholson go. Link, and I might put all the links there. Post the message so that when someone comes to the message board, they've got, oh, here's the social media links. So they can jump to the social media post. Obviously, a to-do list. You might want to put in June social media links, Facebook post, Instagram post, LinkedIn article. Might be separate, might be full to-do list, right? So you've got a to-do list for June. Automatic check-ins. Seen anything recently that would on a team be interesting? Automatic check-in. Oh, new question. Social media post ready for sending today, right? And you may want to send a social media post out every Wednesday, once a week on a Wednesday. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, you're going to send out to whoever's in charge. You might not want it to be to everyone. Maybe Sarah's in charge of the social media posting. So every Wednesday, you're going to send a message at 9 o'clock. Are you sorted? And if not, she can put, no, not. Can you help me? I need some help doing this, or something like that. Obviously, you can upload files if you've got new pictures. If, say, you've got a new picture for background, go to background image for blog posts, right? This might be your featured blog post image. When I post this, don't notify anybody. Yeah, you don't need to tell anybody. So they know when they come. So if I go back to Sarah and refresh Sarah, got marketing here, right? So now when I go, back to marketing, I've got that file. It's the default background for social media posts, for blog posts, whatever that might be. You can get it, schedule, add an event. So we know that we've got a post every Wednesday, so let's have a meeting. Oh no, I hate meetings. Add an event. All day, hell no. On Tuesday, that's June, that's going to be way too long. Here we go, this day. Tuesday the 29th, add an event. So 29th at 1 p.m. till 1:30. It's always nice to put funky numbers in. You send meetings out that would be from 1:04 to 1:17. Then people might actually turn up. Who do I want to meet with? This is the description. How do I add people? Sarah, Simon, Ian, maybe the boss. I'm not the boss. I work for myself. I'm on my own. I like to think I'm the boss. I'm also the skivvy and do all the work. But monthly blog post catch up, whatever it is, right? Post this event, notify these people. So that's the app telling me that I've got a notification. Hey, so this is Paul Nicholson. You've got a meeting. Didn't title it actually. I can edit it. Monthly blog catch up. Update this event. So when I go to activity, my schedule, I've got now, look, monthly blog catch up on the 29th. So I'm now seeing stuff like that, right? So what else in Teams? Like say you have your chat, you're going to have your message board, you're going to have your to-dos, you're going to have your check-ins, and you're pretty much in. You're getting that the point is it's repetition. That in the HQ, it's the same 6 boxes. In the Teams, it's the same 6 boxes. And then when we get to projects, it's going to be the same 6 boxes. Okay, so what's next? Can we get me my to-do list back? To-do. Oh, edit team info. I'm guessing you would just go to, or you'd have to be the manager. You would go to the 3 dots, rename this team, right? So this one, rename sales department. So pretty obvious, pretty much click and edit. You might want to put, edit name, a description. Sorry, voice going. Team discussion. It's for a team. Done. Alright. Right, so you're getting the drift now. We're going to talk about we've done the team, edit teams. We're going to talk about creating a project, inviting third parties. Then we've really done automatic check-ins and general communication. I'm going to tick that one off. Then I'll show you this app, which is pretty much the same, and I'll bring up the mobile and show you what shows on the mobile app. So, talking about teams and your projects now, so what you might have is something like this. You might have a project to set up your website, or you might have a team that's website. But what you probably got is, if you're a sales, you've got a big project to sell something, like this one, CCTV quote, it could be $1 million quote, you're going to create a project for it. You've got a project to deliver your products, you're going to add a project. So a lot of designers will add, if they're doing something for a company, they will invite the company owner and then do a project where, you have to integrate and communicate with the project owner, the customer, all the time to deliver a project. So I'll create a new one just to show you. It's going to be the same as the team, but it's just as a project. And then I'll invite a client and show you what they're going to see, right? So I'm going to do a new project. Now you can do it from templates as well. So if I go to manage templates, I've got a burglar alarm template set up where you can add files, you can add message board items, and you can add check-ins or your to-dos. Obviously you can add anything. But I can add a template where it says order equipment, spelled wrong, confirm order, confirm ship, confirm received. You can set up a list of to-dos. If you've got projects that have the same thing happening over and over again, then set up a template. You just... oh, yeah, have I got to the right place? If you go new from a template or new project, you can... set up a template and make it populate every time. But we're going to do a new project. I'm going to do something simple like the pharmacy fire alarm. Right. So in this fire alarm, I'm going to put in the message board, I might add. Here's the quote, right? Here's a quote. Quote attached. And then you would copy and paste, info. Things to know, right? So Sarah Sales may write this. It wouldn't necessarily be, it would be oversold the job. Attach a file. I don't know if I've got it here. See this, attach the spreadsheet, or attach the quote, attach information, post the message, right? Here's the quote. Right. Here's the quote and info, right? So when you invite your technicians or whoever delivers the project, you can go up here, invite people, add people by email. I'm going to invite now tech number 1, tech number 2. Obviously I can go up and invite everybody, but I may not want to on this. Ian installs, the install manager. Simon stores, the stores manager. And Sarah Sales, because she sold the job, right? So I pretty much ended up inviting everybody anyway. Send invites to the... So if I jump over here to Safari, this is where Sarah... She's obviously got... She's still focusing. Pharmacy fire alarm. Now, here's a quote and info. Let me know any issues at Tech 1, at Tech 2, at Ian. Should be straightforward, like all salesmen say. But I can't come down for a walk around. Is that 2 words or 1? Oh well. 2, right? Get me notification, that's on the app. The app's got a little red look. Getting emails galore. Sarah's sales. This has gone to tech number 1, gets an email. Let me know if any issues. Should be straightforward, so the technician can jump in and have a look. And then, we can schedule stuff. So that schedule walk round can be schedule walk around introduction. Walk around is obviously 2 words. And it might again be, I'll leave it at 12 to 12:30 with Ian installs, I'm not going. Sarah's sales. And this is where you might want to have invited the project manager, the shop manager, whoever it might be, right? So I'm going to post that event. And then we're going to invite a client, and I'm pretty sure, can you do it? Yeah, invite a client. So whenever you go to team, if you go to team and add people, it just says add people because you invite them to your team. You cannot invite a client to a team. So it has to be to a project, right? So I'm going to go back to the pharmacy and I'm going to add invite client. Working with clients base gives you control over what the client can see. By default, everything is private until you share with the client. Okay, so client cannot see. So you can talk in the background of your project without the client seeing everything, right? Which client is this project for? Type the client company here. So there isn't a pharmacy. Limited, whatever, right? Add. Now I'm going to add people from that client. So I'm going to put general manager, GM. I always use my email because it's just a catch-all. General manager. So I put Gary manager. Gary manager. And then I would put... who else would be invited from that company? You would want, if you wanted outsourcing people like third party, you would have to do it again for like, let's do it, like send invitation, add people, add from anywhere. I want to add I don't know why I can't. Evan Evan electrician. Evan at paulnicholson.com. Oh, electrician, right? Send invite. So now I've got my team and I've got the electrician and I've got the project manager from that job invited. So what I'm going to do now is go, so this is the general manager, so this is your client. I'm going to go through and show what your client can see. I've just got to do a little bit of, I've just got to log out. Right, so I'm just going to log out of my default browser. So when I confirm that invitation, it's going to jump to Chrome. So this is what your client sees. Right, so I've added you to the pharmacy fire alarm in Basecamp. Basecamp is a place to help everyone organise. join Paul in Basecamp. So me, as the manager or the salesperson, has invited someone to a project management software, make a new account, name auto-populates, you can add a photo if they want, add a password, confirm the password. Okay, let's go. So all this person can see is what's related to them. They can't see anything with your business. They can't see anything that's happening privately. This is your client. They can just see things that are they're allowed to see. So they can't see the quote or the to-do list, right? They can't see it unless you activate allowing them to see it. So I actually haven't got this far. Oh, it logged me out, didn't it? Sarah should still be logged in, right? So can Sarah allow... There is no to-do list. Message board. This message is private to our team. So you can change it up here. Allow the client to see this. No, this will allow the client to see all existing comments. On the message going forward, they'll also be notified, right? So it's up to you what you share. If you create a new to-do list, our team, what would you like to do? Allow the client to see this too, right? So you can do a private to-do list or you can do a client to-do list. Meeting and sign off, right? So this is a fire alarm. So accept locations, sign off, electrical work, site visit after first fix, and that might be it for now. I'll just leave it at that because it's all going to be different for people, isn't it? I don't need to add it, it's already there, right? Then it should be able here to add electrician Evan, can you let me know when you are free? And at Gary, what time is best for you today? Something like that, right? Add this comment, right? And Gary's probably going to get an email. Being quiet to see if it comes through. Oh well. So obviously this is back to Gary logged in. So this is your client logged in. So if I refresh it, I can now see the message board. Here's the quote because that has been shared with the client. I can see the to-do list that's shared with the client. I'm getting a notification saying I've been talked to. What's the rocket for? Oh, give Sarah a boost. Boost our tiny messages show your support. Okay. For a clap. So a little quick emoticons. Notified 2 people. Yeah. 3 p.m. is cool for me. Gary Manager can... So your client is part of the conversation, but you control which part of that conversation that client can see. You know, so... if we go back to Sarah, pharmacy, we can do an automatic check-in, a new question, where are we at? On a Friday, once a week, Friday, end of the day, I don't need it to go to... I don't need it to go to the stores. I don't need to go to the boss. I don't need it to go to myself. I'll leave it for myself, just so I know it's gone out. And then if I allow clients, I'm also going to get this tick box of obviously which client. I might want the electrician to tell me what the status is on a Friday, 4 o'clock. Where you at? start collecting answers. So at 4 p.m. on a Friday, I'm going to get loads of emails after this video. You're going to get where are we at? And then people can jump in. How is it going? People can jump in. Technicians can jump in. Technicians can add questions. So really cool, really easy to add clients, all inclusive. Where are we at with the to-do list? Can Sarah see it yet? Creative projects we've done, invited guests. The desktop app, also I'll talk you through, just to finish, I'll talk you through the desktop and the mobile app. And I think we're pretty much in and done. But you can see 3 main areas, but there's a recurring theme of these 6 boxes in each area. Cool? Okay, so let me log back in. So this is the desktop app. I'm pretty sure the Windows one will be as much the same as this. And, you know, it's the same thing, the home screen. I can obviously make it bigger if I want on here. Make it smaller. Adminland. So basically a lot of desktop apps now are just a web browser in an app. So it's exactly the same. I can turn off notifications. I can turn them on. Change my settings. So the desktop app isn't, you know, any more exciting. It just means you can close your browser. You can go about doing your browser, and you're going to get the little notification icon in there. You're going to get a pop-up telling you. You can see your notifications, and you know it's pretty much exactly the same as the web browser. So that's pretty simple. You don't need much telling you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to log in as a technician on and show you what you somebody in the field might look at, or like you would take it away with you as well. So let's look at the mobile app. Right, so let me just set it up. Right now, so I'm logged in on my phone as Tech1 on my app, right, on my Basecamp app. So I've got the HQ. So this is, I'm a technician. I'm, you know, one of the guys out in the field, but I can see everything on my iPhone 6. Yes, it's an old phone. I never use my phone, to be honest. I can see install department stuff because I'm allowed in. I can see projects that I'm tagged to, right? So what we were talking about, oh, and here's, I can see my notifications. Quick catch up, I didn't really read that. Hey guys, what's happening? So in the campfire, technician can check in. If it lets me click on there. Oh, good. So far. Sunfar. So I'm logged in as me on the I've actually clicked I'm in the Happy HQ, aren't I? So I've put in there a general business work comment campfire. Let me go back. I want to go to this pharmacy fire alarm, and in the campfire I'm going to add on site now. Oh, good. Right, this is private to your team. Send. Right, notification on the app. So I'm logged in as the admin here. Campfire pharmacy. Great stuff. Tech 1. Let me know if you need anything. Right. So I think you're seeing within this whole thing. Oh, I don't want your photos. Great stuff, Tech 1. There's your thanks. If you want to change this so that other people can see, you may not want to. Tech 1 can see messages, can look at the quote. Right, you got to remember that this is a yellow bar at the top. The client can see this. Be careful. So you might not put here the client's a nightmare, or the client's saying something about something or other. You might prefer to go and my stuff, pharmacy, SS, ping Sarah. Hey Sarah, did you sell a smoke? Oh, my fingers. Smoke detector in the safe. Right. So now I can message that salesman. So Sarah's back here. Notifications off. Pings even. Hey Sarah. So if I turned that on, it would have come through, right? Sarah's not focusing no more. Pings. Did you sell a... Yeah, 2. Get the message straight away. Needs to be a heat detector. Same price. Just update file, whatever it might be. You'd really be telling your manager that, right? But then you've got a discussion. You've got a place where people in the field, or whatever it is your company is, can talk directly to who sold stuff. What did you sell? You know, when you've worked with people and you want to be in touch with your sales manager or your install manager, you want to know what's happened. Add a document. Add a schedule. New event. Come on. Allow the client to do it. All day. Tech 1. Evan the electrician, there he is. Notes. Pulling wire. Right, so I'm notified via an event what's happened, right? So when you can see in the events, schedule to the client, Untitled. I didn't title it again. Pulling wire, but I can edit it, right? Edit. Pulling wire. So I think now you see you've got the app on the move. You've got all the information you need at your fingertips. You can share it with who you want. You can access it or not from anywhere. You've got communication, you've got activity, you've got your productivity. You know, and you've really got everything you need in Basecamp in one fingertip. People can directly talk to clients. They can directly talk to whatever you need. You've got a desktop app, mobile apps. Just a really, really cool platform. Really, really cool information. And like I said, for $99 all in. We're talking unlimited users, unlimited clients, unlimited projects, unlimited teams, everything you need all in one place. I'm a big fan. For $99, it's too much money for what I need to use it for. I would love to use it, but I don't do a lot of one-on-one work. I don't do a lot of private stuff. I do everything in a public forum, really, for me. So I hope this helps. I think we've covered everything. I think I can tick my whole list off. I can tick off the mobile and finish with the other. So I'll put everything in chapters. I'll try and put things in time areas, so you can skip to set places to because this is going to be a long video. And I hope it helps. I hope you give Basecamp a try. The guys try and keep things as simple as possible. It's their ethos. If you actually, I got iTunes open. If you actually get this book, where is it? Where's Rework? Is it in order? Is it in order? If you get a book called Rework, it'll show up just as I'm about to. There, look, Rework. By Jason Friend and David Heinemeier Hansen. These are the guys who created Basecamp, and they keep it simple. They keep everything based around what you need. They don't go crazy on functionality, they go crazy on quality, on exactly what your team needs. So for $99 a month, well worth 30-day free trial, and then giving it a go, seeing what you think it is worth. So 2018 is in the bag. If you're watching this 2019, it'll still work, but anything further, make sure that you look for a new video that I've updated. Any comments, any questions, or you need me to go deeper, comment below and I'll always help. Cheers, guys.